Sometimes people leave a toxic relationship expecting that clarity will arrive immediately. They assume that once the chaos is gone, their thinking will feel steady again and their judgment will feel reliable. When that clarity doesn't appear right away, it can feel deeply unsettling. Many people are surprised to discover that they can fully understand why the relationship was unhealthy and still feel mentally scrambled afterward. They may logically know that leaving was the right decision, and yet their mind continues to revisit conversations, continues to replay events, continues to question whether they interpreted things correctly or not. This often creates a quiet fear that something is wrong with them or that they didn't actually heal properly. In most cases, that fear is misplaced. When you leave a relationship that required constant emotional vigilance, your nervous system doesn't immediately recognize that the danger has passed. It takes time for your system to learn that it no longer needs to monitor every interaction or prepare for instability. Even when your environment changes quickly, your internal alert system often changes gradually. This is one of the reasons confusion frequently becomes more noticeable after the relationship ends rather than while you were in it. While you were in the relationship, most of your attention was focused outward, trying to maintain stability or understanding what was happening in real time. Once you step away, however, that same mental energy now turns inward, attempting to make sense of what happened and to restore a sense of certainty. The mind begins revisiting moments, not because you're obsessive, but because it's trying to reconcile experiences that never fully made sense while they were happening. Understanding this changes the meaning of the confusion. Instead of interpreting it as evidence that you're broken or incapable of moving forward, you can begin to see it as a temporary recalibration process. Your system is adjusting from a state of prolonged instability back towards steadiness. That adjustment doesn't happen all at once. It happens gradually, often in layers, as your nervous system learns that it no longer needs to remain on guard. Where many people become stuck is in assuming that continued confusion means that they need to analyze more. They try to think their way into clarity by reviewing details repeatedly, hoping that one more insight will finally quiet their mind. However, after relationships like this, confusion is rarely a problem of insufficient understanding. More often, it's a problem of regulation. The body is still carrying the imprint of vigilance, and thinking harder doesn't resolve that imprint. Clarity tends to return not through pressure, but through safety. As your system begins to feel steadier and less threatened, the mind naturally settles. When that settling begins, the rumination slows down on its own. This is why forcing yourself to feel clear can unintentionally prolong the process. Pressure keeps the system alert. Safety allows it to stand down. If you recognize yourself in this stage, it doesn't mean you're behind. It doesn't mean you've healed incorrectly. It just means that your system is doing what systems do after prolonged stress: recalibrating. And if you'd like structured support while that recalibration unfolds, Power and Purpose Academy is designed specifically for this phase. It provides a paced, step-by-step environment to help rebuild internal authority without rushing clarity or forcing progress. If that feels helpful, you can find more information in the description below. And if you're not ready for that, you're more than welcome to continue here and move at your own pace. In the next video, we'll look more closely at overthinking, why it often becomes louder after relationships like this, and what actually helps it begin to quiet without trying to control your thoughts. We'll pause here.